What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Arccway, a new direction of a modern man. And today's video, I'm sharing with you guys 10 top essentials that you guys must have for the winter time. So if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe down to the section down below here. Hit the big red button and thumbs up on this video so more people can see it. And also check out the IG page where I'll be posting daily content for you guys. So most importantly, let's get right into it. As the winter comes into play, there is a few essentials that every guy must have. So when we get into this list, make sure you take your notes. All the links will be provided in the description down below so you guys can purchase them at your own time and check it out furthermore. Okay, so as we get into this, the first thing on my list is actually a cashmere wool knit hat. So this is actually very versatile, but also at the same time it actually keeps you very warm. So when you go into something in the realms of like a cashmere hat, you just notice the difference off the bat. Hands down, feel better, and it is completely a different story than an actual toque. Not only that, it's like it has a luxurious look to it, but it's actually soft, it is warm, and it is very light. So definitely don't be afraid to try different colors within it. You know, I like to go with something a little more different when it comes down to like my toque game, just to show a little bit of a pop and style. So the next thing on the list that you guys go to is a cashmere scarf. A cashmere scarf is actually very key when it comes into the winter setting. So look into something that actually has a lot of patterns, maybe a little distinct style that kind of suits you best. So not only that, when it gets lost, you know what it looks like, because I lost many things and it just because they look like a plain Jane. So you want to get something that is kind of represents your style, of more or less your flair, and get something that you feel comfortable in. So just like the toques, the cashmere is light, it's warm, and it's very soft as well. So those are the three ingredients that you would need, especially when it comes into a winter setting. So the next thing on my list is gloves. I'm not talking about the skier gloves, those big bulky ones. I'm talking about something slim. I'm talking about something slim and black or brown, or maybe like an olive tone, like a burgundy as well, but kind of like more or less like a James Bond type of glove. So having like a driving glove is actually perfect for the setting, especially when it comes into the winter time, because within the inlining of like a driver's glove, it actually has like cashmere fur inside, so it doesn't feel like you're wearing something heavy, which is something that you want to avoid, especially when you are driving on the road or when you're just going about your business on a day-to-day basis. But you want to have something that has less fabric but it keeps you more warm and insulated. So having like a driver's glove is actually perfect and key. So if you're looking into the driver's gloves for yourself and it's your first time getting driver's gloves, look in the description down below. The next thing on the list is a nice watch game, especially when it comes down to watches. I'll look for something in the sense of more of like a slim watch when it comes into the winter time. You don't want to have anything too bulky. For me, this is a Fossil watch. If you're interested in Fossil watches, I have tons of videos on these. But for me, this is kind of a bulky. This right here is kind of a bulky type of watch for me. For me personally, when it comes into the winter time. So I'll get something a lot more thinner on my wrist, as opposed to, as you know, because it's in winter time, it gets cold a lot, right? So having something less on your wrist, but something there is actually going to be a lot more easier, especially when you're navigating, but also just keeping you in a sense of just keeping you warm, in a sense of not feeling so cold with too many things on you. So having less to wear in the winter time is actually key, but at the same time, being able to check the time is also a beneficial thing to do, especially when it does come down to having like a big bulky watch. It actually throws the whole look off. So you want to have something that is a slim, sporty type of like elegant type of look as well, that really complements your style and what you're conveying. So I just encourage you guys to check out a bunch of watches that I did provide, so you guys can check them out from like Swiss, Seiko. You can check out even Fossil has a certain type of watches you guys can gravitate towards. So let me know what watch game you guys have and which one you guys are looking into. So another one on the list is actually having a merino wool sock. So I talked about merino wool socks before, but this is something I actually would emphasize a lot more, especially coming into the winter setting. I talked about it in the fall video, I believe, but more or less in the winter setting, having something that's light, something that dries quick, and that is soft as well is actually gonna be beneficial for you, especially when it comes down to your feet, because we all know when it gets sticky outside or when it gets wet outside, The second thing to absorb the wetness is your feet. So having something that has a good quality within the sock, but something that keeps you warm, most importantly. You want to have something that keeps you warm all year round. You don't want to wear your active socks. You don't want to wear your sports socks in the wintertime, because you're just going to be more, susceptible to the wetness, but also you're going to be irritated. So the next thing on the list is actually a thermal shirt. This is something I really do like. So you guys can opt in towards like a shirt, or you actually opt into the long sleeve shirt. So make sure you get yourself a thermal shirt. I know Uniqlo has a bunch of them. So when it says like the cool and the hot, those are the things you guys want to look for when it comes down to like the technology of having a good sweater, because those are the type of things that actually prevent you from getting overheated or getting too cold, and it actually is a good layering system. So if you don't want to wear it too much, you actually get yourself like a thermal shirt, and there's actually prevent that from happening long term. So I'll provide links for you guys regarding that, but make sure you guys incorporate this into your fashion. Let me know how it goes, because I copped a few of them and I'm gonna wear them this winter. Next thing on my list is, I think a lot of people ignore this sometimes, but it's actually quite key, especially when it comes down to your skin. So having proper skincare is so important. So especially in the winter time, I know for myself, I dry up pretty fast. I'm like a prune in the winter. So my skin dries, it gets crackly, and over time, you already know the deal of it. So having something in the backup, maybe like a toiletry size, but also having something in the house is something that I would typically use on a day-to-day basis, and a lot more than other times I'll be using it in the winter time. So get yourself something that you would like, preferably, most importantly, because it's going to be on your skin. I personally don't go for anything of scent, so my go-to lotion is actually by Lubriderm. It's a scented free, so I go for that when it comes down to like even my tattoo game, when it comes down to repairs. So next thing on the list is actually get yourself a leather boot. This is something I recommend you guys to get. It has that little military look as well, but this is something that's going to be good on the friction on the ground, especially with the rubber sole and the grip at the bottom of it. But you want something that is going to be sturdy within the winter time, and that's something that's going to hold you all together. But also it actually gives you a little bit of height as well. So look into yourself and get into like a military boot. Also, the most importantly within the boots is the durability and the traction. So you want something like that can actually hold the game within the winter season. So a few things I look into when it comes down to my boots is that I look for the protection of the boot, like how much is it covering circumference wise, and the durability of it. So those are two things that you should keep in mind, because you want something to last you a few seasons, not just one, but at least 5 seasons. So the next thing on the list is a turtleneck. Turtlenecks are quite essential when it comes into the winter time, most importantly, especially when it comes down to your neck. The exposure of your neck in the winter can be very, very ice cold for you. So get yourself a turtleneck. If you're looking for turtlenecks, you can even go down to like the cotton turtlenecks as well. So look into like Banana Republic. It does have a various different styles of wool turtlenecks and even cotton as well. So get yourself a cotton or wool turtleneck, especially when it comes down to layering, especially when it comes down to elevating your game and elevating you as a person. It actually gives you a different style, gives you a different breath of fresh air, right? So one of my favorites on the list is actually having a North Face jacket. One, I like this one a lot, is the North Face, the 1992, the Nipsey jacket. So that's for me, being a 1992 baby. I personally like something in the sense of that was to keep you warm, but also something that you kind of connect with too. So there's always great reviews with the North Face. I had a North Face jacket in the past, I had a parka, and that actually kept me very, very warm. So look into something like this, but you kind of getting the benefit of being warm as well. So if you guys love this list of the 10 top essentials that you guys must have for the winter time, make sure you subscribe down to this channel and give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you guys share with someone you guys do know, and also check out the IG page so you guys can see more daily content on Arccway. So yet again, guys, thank you guys so much for checking out Arccway, the new direction of a modern man. I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.